live the good life, and then some other part of people just be there wishing about living the life that they deserve, and that's why most times when we see posts online about people who have jackpot and people who have left Nigeria, talking about how the situation is there, and they literally do not pray for the things that we're here praying every single day. I mean, that is what we hope to see, where we don't have to pray all the time, spend our day in church praying all the time for basic amenities that our country can afford us. We are a blessed people. We have all the resources, both human and natural resources. All it takes is someone, a leader who is capable of harnessing all of these potentials that we have to bring it to its finest product. And that is why we will keep talking until we get to that point where we have achieved all of this. Now, it's always a good time in the studio here on Wednesday, because first we do the general open banters, where we get to talk about these things yet again and ensure that we do so civilly, so that we can bring about the change that we hope to see. The 11 o'clock hour on Wednesdays, we do Agropreneur, and on Agropreneur we get to have our guests from different fields and walks of life, and we talk about agricultural practices. Remember last week I had an amazing guest in the studio, Aminu Nyako, who happens to be the head of Saboro Farms in Adamawa State, and it was quite an adventure. It was quite an enlightening session with him here, because a lot of us didn't know about dairy farming until that a conversation happened here on radio. Amazing one. We go again today, and we're hoping that it is twice as amazing. Now, moving on to the third hour of the day on Wednesdays, we get to have our guys from Generation for Societal Change. This is an organization that has put everything that they have, everything in their power, to be able to fight the vices that we see, and constantly remind us as Nigerians of who we ought to be. So yes, again, we'll be having that conversation with Kamal Abdulaziz alongside Innocent, and together with myself, of course, and we'll be having the conversations about the national core values, the national ethics and core values as enshrined in the Nigerian Constitution. And now the final hour of today will be Eagle Soldies. You already can tell that it's quite an old season here in the studio, because we'll be playing the songs from way back that you love to enjoy. I played Spice Girls, the wannabe girls of those times who play all of those songs, and then Survivor by Destiny's Child. More of this will be coming right up, and at that hour we will be taking every single one of your requests. It's been quite dormant in the couple of weeks, but I'm hoping that we get pretty revived for the final hour of today. So yes, write down your songs, send them to me as a message, and then I'll be more than happy to play the songs for you. That being said, my time here in the studio will be up, because as Benedicta Henshaw will come right up here and take over from where I'll be leaving it right into the Sunny Side Show. Keep it locked in here with me. It is Martha again, and I definitely will be right back.
No AC? No problem. We're cooling you down with the freshest hits.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
More 90s on Eagles 102.3 FM.
From Milky Way to Earth, everywhere there's internet, you can connect with Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Log on to our website www.eaglesfm.com. Follow and engage with us now on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok at Eagles FM Abuja, Instagram at Eagles FM 1023. Download our apps on your Android and iOS stores. Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, your radio experience you can count on.
All right, waving the flag pretty high right here in the studio. You are still tuned into Eagles 102.3 FM. This is your radio experience. You can count on 22 minutes gone past the hour of 10, and it's officially time for the General Open Banters. Now we have a couple of stories that we have lined up for today, and first on the list will be the increased interest rate. And I'm sure that we all must have come across that conversation here. It's been going on online, up and about, people talking about how this will affect us negatively, positively, and all of those. But of course, just to update us, the CBN has increased the interest rate by 150 basis points to 26.25%. Now, the Central Bank of Nigeria raised the interest rate by about 150 basis points. This is from 24.75% to 26.25%. Now, the governor of the CBN, Yami Cardoso, he stated this at the press briefing for following the 295th Monetary Policy Committee meeting of the bank on Tuesday, which was yesterday, May 21st. Now, Cardoso, who is also the MPC chairman, he said the meeting was held on the 20th and 21st of May to review recent economic financial development and assess risk to the outlook. Now, the committee's decision are as follows. Number one, it says to raise the MPR by 150 basis points to 26.25% from 24.75%. Now, he, however, said that the cash reserve ratio of deposit money bank was retained at 45%. These are all financial terminologies, but let me break it down to how this concerns or how these affect you and I. Now, it is important to note that the increase in this rate, right, is a recent development, and its full effect have yet to be seen. It's not like something that have been discussed and immediately will be implemented. Now, also, the decision to increase this interest rate is complex and it depends on various factors, and some of the factors that affect the decision is inflation rates, the state of the economy, and the overall financial situation of the country. This is why a financial institution might want to increase the MPR due to this situation and to combat some of this crisis. Now, it is recommended to consult with it was recommended by them to consult with financial advisor or economists for some of these updates, and so they came up with this decision to increase the MPR. Let me tell us now what the pros of this will be. Now, increasing this interest rate, it can help combat soaring food and fuel prices here in Nigeria. It can help to combat that, and it can narrow the negative real interest rate gap. Also, it can improve investors' confidence because now there's going to be some level of value for the money, and it can help arrest inflation because the money in circulation will be just small. It will not be as much as possible, as much as it is right now in the system, because if a lot of people can access these loans, everyone has access to receiving loans, and then people start up businesses, and everyone, like I said, will no longer be receiving the service but will be rendering the service, and in that case it will affect the economic state of the country, causing inflation as the unintended consequence. Now, it will improve investors' confidence because also now they know that there's value for their money. When the interest rate is being increased, people who are actually capable of running these businesses will be the ones who would have access to these loans to set up structures and set up businesses that will benefit the people, while other people become consumers. Now, it can also help slow the rise in inflation. Like I said, the pressure on inflation and all of that, it can help do that. But like I said, when we talk about the good of something, we should also know that there are unintended consequences. That means while we're trying to address this, there are some discomforts that we might feel in a bit to address that. And one of it is we're looking at the increase in interest rates. We're looking at economic hardship, because a lot of people, now we talk about some of the smaller financial institutions where people take loans from. Some people take it to feed, which I don't think is a wise idea, and people take it to start up a business that they're not fully aware of. They don't have the right information to start this business, and you see people will start in less than a couple of weeks or months, it crashes down back to the ground. But this interest rate is going to cause hardship, economic hardship particularly, because now people will not have access to monies as they would ordinarily. So now if I am constrained and I need to borrow money, right, and I'm saying I'm going to borrow 10,000 naira, and the interest rate will be like 2,000 or 3,000, which means I'll go home with 7,000 naira eventually. It just means that there is, I don't know how to explain that it will make sense, but it's going to cause some level of hardship in this part of the country. Now, increase in interest rates can cause a general increase in the prices of things. And it may not achieve the intended objective of curbing inflation. There is a possibility, so it's a 50-50 chance here. It might address it, it might not address it, but whatever the case is, these are some of the things we're looking at as regards the increased interest rate for Nigeria. But let us hear you. What are your thoughts about this, and what contributions would you have? Peradventure, you are someone from a financial institution who would break this down as much as possible. I mean, we need it here because it's a general open banter. I'll open up the phone lines right about now, and let's get talking on 09073530044 or 09087668888. 8888. You can also send us a message on WhatsApp on 09097054450. Let's hear you. What are your thoughts on the inflation rate, the new interest rate that has been introduced by the CBN, that's the Central Bank of Nigeria? Let us hear what your thoughts will be about that. 09073530044. All right, let's keep it coming through. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Matabata.
Yes, welcome and thanks for joining us on the show. Please tell us your name.
My name.
All right, thank you. Let's hear you.
I don't know whether people know what is coming. Government is to protect people and welfare of people. Since when this government came to power, all the action when they are taking is to get a action on profit. Not that the people say white gardener is 1,200 naira. A local right now is 2,500 naira. A day before Saturday, I went to go buy 6 minutes. 6 minutes is 800 naira. One month where we buy 150, now it's 500 naira. The policy of the government is too hard for people. What's the need of a thing in the government? Well, every program when they bring into cause a hardship or not. Is it fair? I don't know how politicians, 95% of politicians, they are too wicked. They don't know. They are for welfare of people. Tell me, the defender of the government, now that my junior brother, at the wait for him, maybe he can't defend this one now. The defender of the government to tell us, since when this government came to power, which one they ever do? Where he has spent in the common people. All what they do is to pour hardship on us. They don't bring another program again to cause a hardship on us. Are we going to see all this? I'm begging them. So it's the best of the government. Two of them they're thinking, I mean they tell me, this when Tinubu government came to power, what he do, where he bring peace to Nigeria, and then what he do, where he bring where it's not a hardship to Nigeria. They could tell us. Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Elder Onaja, for that contribution right there. Let's keep it coming through. I want to hear what your thoughts are today. So there's less of me and more of you, basically. Hello. Good morning to you.
Hello.
Yes.
Good morning.
Yes. Good morning. Welcome and thanks for joining us on the show.
How you doing? This Bright calling from Oklahoma.
All right. Bright, it's good to have you join us.
Thank you very much. Please don't be angry. I would really appreciate it if you could just repeat or emphasize again the pros of the new interest rates proposed by the CBN.
Weren't you listening, Bright, so that we can have people make their contributions, right?
Yeah. Please, if there's any way it also affects or improve on those who be saving money in banks and how it will affect them as well. If there's any way it affects those areas.
All right, there's no problem. Just keep listening. If I find anything, I'll do let you know. Thank you so much, Bright.
All right, thank you.
Yes, let's keep it coming through. 09073530044 or 09087668888. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Madam Sita.
Olajide, good morning to you.
Olajide, thank you so much. Good morning to our listeners, especially Comrade Palasi. I greet you with your listening. Madam Sika, in your analysis, you said it all. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm with you.
You said it all. You brief us about both the positive and negative of this policy. That means that is the only way out. Because I don't say people in government now, they are people like us. They feel it too. But there are some situations that you cannot help. Are you getting it now? They cannot deliberately say, okay,
These people never see anything. Let's jack it so that they can suffer. No, they move to the front, to the left, to the right, just like you have analyzed, and they have to arrive at a point. But what is the way out, Madam Speaker? The way out is that we will continue to irritate it here, Madam Speaker. Let our government at state level, let them come out with policy in their state that will generate employment, especially in farming. They can organize villages. They can organize small communities. They have cooperatives that they know these people cannot go with the money. They have CDAs, community organizations that they know they are responsible people. Why can't the government co-op with these kind of people? Give them loan that you know there's no way they cannot run. Let them go for some into farming, into animal rearing, into livestock. Because if we continue to leave this development in the hands of federal government alone, we will continue to merry-go-round. Let our government, they are the custodians of the land. They are the custodians of people. The federal government wants to do anything in my state, we have to consult my government first. That's to tell you, the government is the most important person. And they know, when they are campaigning, they reach nooks and crannies of their community, unlike president. President will only go to state capital and talk there. But the governors, they know their people, the villages, the hamlets. Why can't they talk with these people to come up with policies and that we alleviate poverty and this kind of register we find ourselves? May God bless Nigeria. May God bless you, Madam Mata, the Speaker.
All right. Thank you so much for that contribution there, Olajide. Now, like I said, Bright was asking about, what the benefits of this would be and what the pros and the cons, like he said. And if you listened, you'd hear that I said higher loan repayment is one of the things that you'd be experiencing. So higher interest rates means higher loan repayment amount, and it can be a burden for individuals and businesses with existing loans. So if I'm to borrow 10,000 naira and I have to pay 15,000 naira or 20,000 naira, like an extra 10,000 as an interest, it puts a burden on the business. Now, small businesses may struggle to access credit at higher interest rates, which can limit their growth and their development. Like I said, there are pros and there are cons to this. Now, higher interest rates can make it more expensive for businesses to invest in new projects or expand in existing ones. Higher interest rates also can lead to higher returns on savings, which can benefit individuals who save money. So that's the bright side of this policy. That's the bright side of this increase in interest rates. So for the people who save, they're going to experience a higher interest rate, and higher returns on the savings, which is a benefit to you and a benefit to, the system, the economic system as well. But when the cons, that is the disadvantages of some of these policies, tend to outweigh the advantage of the policy, should it still be implemented? Because lots of businesses are already struggling as it is. It is a good policy, but the question is it introduced at the right time? Because this is one of the major concerns a lot of us will raise and a lot of people have raised. Good policies, beautiful ideas, but are they implemented at the right time? This is the conversation. Let's keep it coming. Hello, good morning to you.
Manta.
Good morning, Mr. Frederick. How are you doing today?
I'm very, very fine. I hope you ran out your side yesterday.
Yes. No, I didn't get that. What did you say?
I hope there was rain at your place yesterday.
Oh, yes, amazingly so. Yes.
Manta, how is work?
Work is great. Thank you. Thank you so much.
In anything you do, make it eat food. Food is life.
Definitely will.
Please, when we are mentioning federal government policy, somebody should not be taking us to state governors. We are not talking about state governors in control of central bank. Central bank is making policy and you are telling us about governor. Who is a governor to where president is? Most of the policy that control Nigeria, 90% is made by the president. So it is nothing concerning governor inside this particular one.
There may be other ones you can advise them to do, but not this particular policy by the central bank. Secondly, you are talking about the benefits. I have not seen anything that is benefit towards anything that government in Nigeria do. Just as you mentioned, the disadvantage will always be more than the advantage. What we need at this particular time that Nigeria is going down is what will bring people out of poverty. You understand? We need what will make people to stop suffering for the moment before you will start putting all these taxes. I'm not surprised because he did it in Lagos. But Lagos is a state. This is Nigeria generally. Almost all the policies that have been made since they come into power have been in disadvantage. So, and before you know now, they will reverse this one. You know, they don't think it before they made the policy. And later, people will talk, they will reverse. Once you start doing that reverse and going front and back, that means you are not serious. International community will not take it serious. Before you put any policy in place, make sure you have calculated it very well. And it is for the interest of the people. That is the meaning of democracy. It's not that you will just come and give us what you want. Some people will shout, you withdraw it back. Tomorrow you bring another one that replaces that one that you withdraw back. This is deliberate action. But as they are taxing us, we are watching. If we are happy with their government, 2027, they will come back. If we are not, they will go. Thank you and God bless you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Frederick. Let's keep it coming. Hello, good morning to you.
Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Sonny the Prince.
Thank you, my dear sister.
All right. It's good to have you. Let's hear.
Well, like I've said this in time with that number. We're here in SCC and we're here representing the people from our constituency. So whatever we need to deliberate here is what concerns the federal government because then you sit of power. So those in the states will now deliberate things that concern the state government, which is the government. So that is just the truth. All the policies that control the entire country are policies made by federal government. Only policies. So in terms of the what, government is very, most very PC-led administration from Buhari regime to Lumbu. They are almost in experiment. They do things in experiment. And if they see that people never complain, they come to see. Many times they act before they think. And when Tinubu was content, he said, I will continue where Buhari stopped. That's the government is a continuity. And everything since inception of ATC, Nigeria has been dropping. The poverty index is increasing on a daily basis. Instead of making people millionaires, people are becoming poor every day. Yesterday, my wife woke me up and said she's tired of doing business. She wants to do the business. I said, why? She said every day she continues to add money to buy the same product. She'll buy Ghana rate of 1,000 today at one module, sell for 1,1. Getting to market rose to 1. She will add additional money again to buy. And that is, all the commodity. Tomato is no longer the reach of a poor man anymore. Because everything that goes with domestic consumption is increasing on a daily basis. When you make 100 naira profit today, on reaching market tomorrow, you will sell for extra 200 naira to make up the 100 naira profit you make to start a new product. Instead of you now increasing with your profit, you're sorting money elsewhere to continue in business. Like me that run on loans,